Good morning. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County, Georgia. This is courtroom 304, and today's calendar are the criminal motions. So I'm going to call the calendar. It's my understanding that some of you have already kind of spoken in or written in to let us know that some of these will not be going forward or that you need a continuance for a particular thing. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with the calendar and then some of the announcements that I already have. Ms. Val, I know you sent me the calendars, but I can't find your email.
I'm about to forward it to you, Judge, so it's at the top of your inbox.
Okay, thank you. I signed a lot of stuff yesterday, so a lot of my.
You need me to send it to you again, Judge?
Yeah, Kiera said she's gonna send it.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. I was signing a lot of stuff, and I hope I didn't like move it to another box, which sometimes happens.
I just sent it. You should have it in a second.
Thank you. All right, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's calendar, the 10 a.m. calendar, first case on the calendar is Roderick James Bailey II. This case is for a motion to set aside bond forfeiture and relieve the surety. Have we handled that in the bond forfeiture calendar?
Judge, I know I'm not a party to the motion, but I know his case is closed, but
yeah. I don't think there's anything we need to do with that since the matter has been resolved. So I'll designate that as closed. Carlos Lamar Bullard Jr., Lister Holden Dennis. This is also a surety motion. So we're going to go ahead and, this is the motions calendar. We're going to go ahead and document that the surety consent order has been filed. So that matter has been resolved between the bond company and the county. Next is Shanique Tashana Dunham. This is also a surety motion, so that has been resolved between the bonding company and the county.
You signed the surety already, Judge.
I did. This is the motion for Iralda Eluni Esalami. This is Caitlin Hayden filed the motion for Jackson Deno, a motion to suppress, and a general and specific demurrer.
Your Honor, that one was continued. I believe you approved that motion to be heard prior to trial.
Okay. Thank you. I know this is there's a companion case too. Y'all may be able to work both of those out prior to trial. Takara Joelle Foster, motion for immunity.
Your Honor, the state is going to move to null pros this one.
Okay, that case will be null pros. Anyone here on Takara Joelle Foster, you're free to go at this time. That case, the state no pros, for those of you who don't know, is the Latin way of saying that the state is not going to prosecute the case. Therefore, that case is going to be dismissed. So you are free to go at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there something I will receive in the mail to know that the case is dismissed? I'm sorry.
So,
Ms. Foster,
Yes.
we can provide you the disposition. We can obtain that from the clerk's office. It's also available at the clerk's office, but we can obtain that and email that to you. We should be able to get that done by the end of the day.
Okay, I appreciate y'all.
you're welcome, Ms. Foster. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Foster,
Yes.
just a little heads up, whoever the conflict was with, if y'all need to either resolve it through, if it was with a person that you have an ongoing relationship with, just make sure you take the steps necessary to resolve whatever the conflict is, or just have no contact with that person.
Yes, we've been through therapy. So
Okay, therapy
yes, ma'am.
works.
Yes, I've been there
I'm a
for
fan.
2 years, so I appreciate that.
All righty, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thomas M. Friend, Christo Campbell.
Called the conflict judge. Looked like he's in Fayette County Superior Court this morning, and we're
Okay.
number 7 on the conflict.
Okay, so we're moving that to pretrial. Kevin George Henlin, Sarah Giesling. Kevin George Hendling. I have a conflict letter that was e-filed recently. So that case will be moved to pretrial as long as it's particularized.
Okay, Judge. Mr. Henlin is here. Is he
Yeah,
excused?
Mr. Henlin, that means that your attorney has a conflict, that they're in another court and they're required to be somewhere else. So we are going to recognize the conflict. You're going to be on the August 10th trial calendar. I believe this is for August 10th trial calendar. So we will see you in court in person in the courtroom on August 10th. Your attorney will be there, and then you all can you can have the hearing, or you can work out the case with the state. And if once we have the hearing, or if you've worked out the case with the state, we will either move forward with a plea, a trial, or a dismissal, okay?
I think his is on August 10th, Judge, so he's going to be
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah, so August 10th, right, Ms. Val?
I don't think he's scheduled for August 10th. I think
Okay,
he'll
so
be-
Mr. Henlin, you may not be on the August 10th. You'll receive notice of your next trial date, okay?
Your Honor, my attorney did inform me that she would be here later today.
Okay, come to the red microphone and speak up for me.
My attorney did inform me that she'd be here later today.
Oh, okay, if you want to wait, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Just have a seat, and then when she comes in, we'll go ahead and get back to your case, okay?
Excuse me 1 second.
Yes.
Sorry, my name is Thomas Friend. You just called me before the previous gentleman.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know like what's going on. I heard you
Okay.
guys say.
First things first. So when you're in a Zoom meeting with someone, you got to put your first and last name on the screen, because otherwise the person who's helping you doesn't know. So I got you. So your attorney has a conflict, which means they're not able to make it here today. We're going to recognize the conflict and allow them to do what they need to do in the other court, but your case will be on the trial calendar. Your attorney can get in touch with the state and talk about your case, and they've probably already done that, but you will get a notice for when you are on the next trial calendar. Now, trial calendars are in person. So if you get a notice for trial, you're to come into the courtroom.
Okay.
All right. Did you have any other questions? The one thing I will say is contact Mr. Campbell just to go over everything and make sure that there's nothing that you're missing.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Coretta King Braswell, that case has been no prost.
You can step up to it.
I'm sorry, not no prost. It was a NOLO plea. But this case has been closed since March. Ms. King
Why?
Braswell, I'm not sure what you're asking for.
I have questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I went to court, I did agree to disagree because I didn't want to travel back and forth from Florida. If I would have known that the video call was not produced to me to have a choice to do a video call, I wanted to, when I took to agree what he asked me, he said that he will get rid of the tent charge, drop the tent charge, and then I'll pay for the red light charge. Only because I didn't want to drive back and forth, and that I would not have any points on my license. So 30 or 45 days later, I get a letter in the mail says that I got 3 points on my license, and I like to know why. This is the reason why I'm here.
Okay, I don't do points because that is the agency that gives you your license. All we do is the criminal part, and we report what we do. Now, generally, a no-low plea means that you will not get points on your license, but only, listen to me, because the interrupting is not going to help. If you're asking for, I didn't interrupt you while you were asking your question. Okay?
I apologize.
Generally, no-low plea means that you can avoid points on your license or a suspension of your license, but each state has a period of time in which you can only use one no-low plea. We may not, if your license is from some other state, even if it's in Georgia, we may not always be able to see if you've used a no-low plea in another court or for a similar offense. So what happens is when it gets reported to the Department of Driver Services, if they see that you've used a no-low plea in the last 5 years, if you have a Georgia license, and I'm only speaking about what I know to be true about the Georgia Department of Driver Services. If they see that you've used a no-low within the last 5 years, then points may accrue because we're not able to look into their records. All we do is handle the criminal part, meaning the ticket. We report to them through our clerk's office, and then once they get it, they're able to look at your overall driving record and determine whether points will apply or not.
Okay, I have never had no-low in the state of Florida or Georgia.
Okay, is your license from Florida? Is your license from Florida?
I just changed my license to Florida about like 2 years ago because I was.
Where did you? Which state gave you points?
Florida. I've been in Georgia for the last. I was in Georgia for the last 14 years when I moved from Florida. I had been here in Georgia working for the last 14 years, and then when I went back home to Florida, I had changed my license back home because I went back home where I'm originally from. So in Georgia, I had no-low, and then I had no-low in Florida. I had no tickets, nowhere from nowhere.
Okay, so I can't tell you what Florida is going to do with your license. We can only give you the information for Georgia. Yeah, under Georgia, if you've not previously had a no-low, you would not have had points. You changed to a Florida license, you would have to address that with the Florida Department of Driver Services or whatever they call their driving services department.
So I did, and they told me, they're the one that gave me the ticket when I have not had any tickets in Florida at all. So
they gave you what ticket?
They didn't give me no tickets. They sent me a letter. They said they wanted me to do the class. So I already did the class. That's not a problem. So I already did the class. It was $20. I paid the class and they took whatever. So here in Georgia, I asked Georgia, why am I taking this class? I have not. Now, if they said I was speeding, I wouldn't even be standing here. But I was here in Georgia. I moved out of the lady's way here right up the street to go to Kroger's. I moved out of the office away because I thought she was trying to help somebody else. I just want to know why they gave me the points.
I can't tell you is what I'm trying to say. We report a no-low. When we report a no-low, the Department of Driver Services determines whether points apply or not. We've done what the no-low, from our point of view, gives you the opportunity to avoid points or suspension of your license.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a mistake, you can check with them. If there was a different determination because you had a Florida license and Florida does it differently, that's something we can't account for. But with respect to Georgia, ma'am, I don't understand what you want me to do.
No, I just wanted them off my license, but I
okay, did you take the class?
I've already done it, but
I'm just saying, The class in a lot of states, if you take the class, they can, if you take it like once every 5 years, I know from Georgia, it may help you get points off your license. They'll take points off because you've taken the class. If you just show, deal with them with the certificate. But I don't know what you want me to do.
I was actually, I was looking for hoping to see the gentleman that offered me this deal to be in court today. I wasn't looking for you to do anything because I wanted him to explain to me why did he offer that to me, because he's the one also, when I went to do this motion, he's the one told me to, the same gentleman said that take this deal, there will be no points on my license. So when I came to see why I got the points anyway, I ran into him. He said to me, do a motion. So that's why I did the motion, because I didn't know
Well, I would love
anything.
to know who that is too, ma'am, because
But
I'm not sure why we're here.
I know I know him when I see him.
But
But
what I'm
anyway,
telling you is, if
it's
we
okay.
do a NOLO, what gets reported to the Department of Driver Services, either
Yes,
here in
ma'am.
Georgia or in Florida, is that you took a NOLO. It just may be that it may not work the same way in Florida. And he has no way to account for that because he works in Georgia.
Right. But I already kind of knew that it wasn't going to happen because state of Florida, right? I've been going 16 years. I just went back 2 years ago. So in the state of Florida, I hadn't got no tickets. There I have safe driver license on my license. And then in the state of Georgia here, I hadn't got no tickets either. So one state is saying it's Georgia fault, and then Georgia's, they're all blaming each other. But I kind of knew that it was not going to happen or get an answer. I was just trying to figure out why. But thank you for your time anyway today. You have a beautiful
You're welcome, ma'am. I was just trying to make sure I explained it to the best of my understanding.
day. I understand, and thank you so much.
You're
so much.
welcome.
Have a beautiful day.
You too. All right, next is Tiara Santisa Moran.
Yes, ma'am. It's Moran.
Oh, I'm sorry, Moran. Miss Moran, you're before the court for an immunity motion. You have the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis. I also want to remind you that you have an SSD pending. You have had a previous case where you were directed to pay fines or fees. Those fees are still outstanding and you want to pay them before too long, because what will happen is an arrest warrant will issue if they linger too much longer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yeah,
Mr. Yes.
My apologies. I just wanted to announce that I think I said it while I was on mute, but the state is going to move to no across her case.
Okay, so Ms. Moran, your case for case 2024 CR 02749, the state is choosing not to prosecute that case, so that case will be resolved. But please do not forget that there is a pending SSD for a case that you previously had that needs to be paid.
Yes, ma'am. I tried to call and I think it was because I was using the wrong last name. I was still using White and it's on Moran. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and also when you call, if it's outside the time in which you were given to pay it, you may have to pay it in person or ask them if you can mail in a payment if you're outside the jurisdiction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so please check on that, but thank you. You are free to go on this particular case. And I just say, whoever you had the conflict with, if y'all can't resolve it through therapy or some other means, just don't have any contact, okay?
Yes, ma'am. There's no contact. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Daniel Gunza.
Is Daniel Nagunza on the Zoom call? Judge, I filed this motion. I had been in constant contact with this person. Since then, I have lost contact. The phone numbers that I had are no longer working. So
yeah, there's a surety been filed. So yeah, I'm not setting aside the bench warrant because they're still missing.
I understand that, Judge.
So that's denied. All right, next is Michael Anthony Potts. Lawrence Korn is the attorney. I have that the motions are going to be heard prior to trial.
Yes, Your Honor. We did request, I believe the last time this was on the calendar, we requested this was due to our officer being on extended military leave.
Yeah, this is the one where we had technical difficulties and they both wanted to come in.
No, this isn't that one because our
Okay.
officer is on extended military leave. This is
Okay.
yeah.
All
For
right,
like
so we
24
will
months.
address this at trial if the motion is particularized.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Joy Jasmine Richards, that's Attorney Brandon Lewis.
Here.
I don't see a conflict. Ms. Richards, have you spoken with Mr. Lewis?
Yes, he's on leave. He said that
Okay.
he was going on leave.
Okay, no problem. I just probably have printed, my calendar was printed before the leave was received.
Your
So,
Honor, it was filed this morning.
Okay, yeah, it was definitely printed before the leave was received. So, Ms. Richards, what's going to happen is you'll get notice of your trial date. Speak with your attorney once he's available to speak with you, and you all can get on the same page. You'll get notice of your trial date. Trial dates, other calendars can be done by video, but actual dates for trial are in person in courtroom 304 in the Justice Center at Clayton County. Okay, so just wanted you to be clear about that. But speak with your attorney, and then you all can get on the same page, and then he'll advise you as necessary. All right.
Yes, and but I did have a few questions.
Yes,
So I know, like, he told me that he was filing to dismiss the case.
Okay.
So basically, is the state just basically moving forward with the case?
So he filed a motion to dismiss, which is kind of an odd motion for a criminal case because usually it's a motion for immunity. So there's something about this case that he's trying to point out, which is probably something he needs to talk to the solicitor's office even before I hear it. So once Mr. Lewis is off leave, he'll contact the solicitor's office and they can talk and may be able to come to a consent. If they're not able to come to a consent, then I will hear it prior to trial.
Okay. So even though, like, there was, because I know he said like the other.
Ma'am, I do not need you to tell me about the case because two things. You have a right to remain silent because sometimes we think we're saying things that will help us, but they will actually hurt us because anything that you say can be used against you in the prosecuting of this case. That's why you have a lawyer. So he's going to express what needs to be expressed. My understanding is if the leave was filed this morning, and I know Mr. Lewis, he's been an attorney that I've seen in court before. If he had a leave, he would have filed it before. So there must be an emergency of some sort.
Okay.
Or else he would be here. What I'm asking you to do is not mess up your case by trying to do it yourself when you have an attorney.
Okay. Do you know like when the next calendar will be for me? Or I don't have a date yet for the trial.
You're not on the next court. I don't think you're on the August 10th. So you'll get notice in the mail. But that just gives Mr. Lewis and the state time to talk about this motion.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No, have a good day.
Okay. Just keep in touch with Mr. Lewis, all right?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Bye.
So I hope I've signaled enough that the state and Mr. Lewis need to talk about a motion to dismiss on my criminal motions calendar. Jalen Smith. This case.
It's me, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Jones.
Good morning, Your Honor. This case was originally handled by attorney Sasha Robinson.
I see that.
Yes, Your Honor. We're still waiting discovery in this case. So we would.
Okay, what discovery are we missing?
All of it. We haven't received
none of it. Okay, Miss. Let me ask the expert, Ms. Yes. Arnold. Can you track down if discovery was sent, if it was sent to Ms. Robinson, or when it was sent? This is, and it says this was TST. It was transferred to state court. So this, I don't know if this was a municipal court case or what.
This was
still got a TK.
Yeah, it was a traffic ticket. We accused the case, so it hasn't been to arraignment yet.
Okay.
For us to send discovery.
Okay. So Ms. Jones, it's coming up from the Traffic Bureau. It has been accused, but we don't have a CR case number yet. You will get an arraignment date notice. All I ask is that we have Ms. Robinson as the attorney of record. If you will do an entry, if y'all have different contact, then I need you to do an entry on the case so that when arraignment comes, you'll be informed.
Will do, Your Honor. I believe I filed one, but just in case, I'll make sure that I have it on record.
Okay, thank you. Because yeah, it's still usually I'll have like the successive attorneys, even if you filed one, but so it's still showing Ms. Robinson. So if you would just do that, then we will make sure that you are on board at the point of arraignment. And then once we get the CR number and you get the arraignment notice, you can go ahead and file the request for discovery.
I appreciate Your Honor. Thank you.
No problem.
This is before this court. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Wakina Deshawn Smith, Lister Holton Dennis. This is an immunity motion.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Smith is present. What say the state?
Hello.
All right, Ms. Smith, I see you. Hold on just a second for me, okay?
Come on, court.
Ms. Smith, mute your device for me, okay? Thank you.
The state is ready on this one.
Okay.
Miss Adams, I'm gonna text you about this one because I thought there was a different understanding, but
Okay.
All right, y'all talk offline and then let me know what we need to do. Okay, Trevor W. Tillman, this is Ms. Barnes.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yes, Your Honor. We are here. We have filed a motion to limit public access to the first offender sentencing. We did a first offender sentencing last month on June 2nd, and we got this notice. I thought it was
this notice was because at some point he missed court and they eventually came off the bond or did a surety consent with the county. So that's the civil part of it. That's the bond company in the county. So that may be why you got the notice, but you asked for a motion. So you're asking for a motion to seal?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I was told, Your Honor, that's why we were here today. Not for, this is my first time hearing about a surety.
That's okay. I got both of them on here. So does the state have an objection to sealing this case for Trevor Tillman?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Barnes, have you sent a proposed order?
Your Honor, we have not, but we can get that to you by tomorrow.
Okay. There's a kind of a form that is used that gives the clerk's office everything they need.
Okay.
And so if you can track down that form, I don't know if Ms. Powell gets them. I don't know if she knows where the like what it looks like. I mean, she can tell you what it looks like.
I can draft this one, Judge.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So
you said you would draft it. I'm sorry, I missed it. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You have the form, Ms. Powell?
Yes, ma'am. I can just go ahead and draft it.
Okay, thank you so much. So Ms. Barnes, we'll go ahead and get that file. We'll get you a copy and get the state a copy, and then that would be sealed. Now, this is what I caution you because they have to deal with IT. So in doing so, it may take a while to get it done. Our clerk is very tech savvy. So she gets it done probably quicker than most, but it does take dealing with the technology department to make sure that everything is sealed and access is restricted.
Got it. All right.
All right. That's probably the easiest motion you've argued in the last couple
I know. I don't know what to do with myself now.
Right? All right, ma'am. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Good seeing you. Thank you, Judge.
Good to see you.
All right.
Jalen Armand Towns. Mr. Lynch. I'm not hearing anything, Mr. Townsend. I mean, Mr. Lynch, I'm just seeing you. What happened?
Judge, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Judge, the bench warrant in Mr. Towns' case has already been set aside on a previous calendar. I did speak to Mr. Towns. He was concerned about this case, but he's getting his wisdom teeth out today. I do think that I'm assuming we've already entered a not guilty plea. I do think it would be appropriate to put this on the next calendar call. I'm not, whenever.
Well, since the surety has already been filed, the issue between the state and the bond company is the county and the bond company is done. So yeah, this will go on the next available calendar.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
And I do have an update for
Wilkina Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. The
Go
state is
ahead.
going to move to no across that one.
All right, Ms. Smith, the state is moving to no pros, which means they're not going to prosecute the case. This is all I say. You know what led to this? If there's a conflict with a particular person, get them out your life or clarify the relationship, okay? Just to avoid further conflict, That's all I'm saying.
It was just a sibling quarrel. That's my older brother, and I don't want to listen sometimes, and I'm his younger sister, and he don't want to listen sometimes, but we're better now.
I got you. Okay, well, I appreciate that. Y'all stay, because nobody's family members need to rely on each other. I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. And so we want to make sure that we maintain those relationships, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Yes, he's here today also. He's
all right.
Yes, he's here. Thank you. So this case is closed?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Jones, Ms. Smith. You're Mr. Jones. Are you the brother?
Yep.
All right, I saw you pop up. So, okay. Well, y'all go ahead and. All right. Y'all take care of each other, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that concludes the call of the calendar. I'll go through and we can go over what we have done. So Bailey is closed. Bullard is a surety case. Dunham is a surety. Aluni Elasami is pretrial. Foster, no pros, friend, that's going to be moved to pretrial. Henlin, I'm willing to move to pretrial, but he said that the attorney said that he would make it here despite a conflict.
She called and said she's on her way.
Oh, okay. So King Braswell, that was a request for a new trial or a new plea, and that was denied. Moran, no pros. In Gunza, that is denied. Potts, what did I decide? That's Mr. Corn's case. That's going to be heard before trial. Richards, that's pretrial due to attorney leave. Smith is not even a CR yet, so that's going to transfer to state court, and discovery will occur after arraignment. Smith W, that case is no pros. Tillman, the motion to seal is granted, and Towns is a surety. All right, so that concludes the 10 a.m. calendar, except for we're waiting on the attorney for Henlin. I'm going to be here. I'm just sitting and signing some stuff. So if that attorney comes into court, we'll deal with it. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you all to start talking about anything on the 11 o'clock calendar, so that I know Lister Holton Dennis probably has some stuff on there. Any attorneys who come in for 11 o'clock, y'all can start talking to them so that we can move pretty quickly. Okay.
And Your Honor, did you get my message about Mr. Lewis being here? He's standing beside me. He just wanted to pop in and say.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
How you doing?
Sir, do I have any grand attorney babies?
Not yet.
Okay, all right, because I realized that y'all had tied the knot. I'm happy for you, excited for you. I wish you well, but because I like my babies. Attorney Paul, who was in this courtroom, has provided me with 2 attorney grandbabies.
Lovely.
So I'm just waiting.
We
I love some of my babies.
We working. I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, I'm back to doing criminal defense now. So
Okay, well, you know, I think your clients will be well served because I've seen you in action. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my, I call him one of my birds that has flown the nest, but he's come back to at least say hi. I appreciate you.
No problem, no problem. Just wanted to say
You are you working on your you have your own firm or what's going on?
Yes, I'm doing my own.
Okay. All right. Well, are you on the appointments list?
Not for this county yet. I'm on
Okay. All right. Well, you know, folk, get your name out there.
I will. I'm 2 weeks out, so
Okay. All right.
Getting a lot of things moving.
I got you. Well, proud of you. And as always, you know, when Team Hayward meets for our grand gathering, you are more than welcome.
Will do.
All right. Take care.
Judge,
Wait,
can
I
you
just thought
please?
about it. Was he the Brandon Lewis on Richard's case?
No, that's Quentin
okay.
Lewis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to be here before me, fighting the good fight with Lister Holton Dennis. Was it Lister Holton Dennis? Yeah. And so he came back. You know, my folk come back and say hi to me. That means something to me.
That means a lot.
They could say, I never want to see that judge again, but they always come back and say hi. I appreciate that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a brief break. If any of the attorneys who had a conflict or asked for a hold for their report come in, then just let me know. But otherwise, we'll be back for the 11 o'clock calendar. If y'all can work on some stuff offline or chat, that's fine.
Judge, could you pop myself and yourself into a breakout room really quickly?
Yeah. What we got? All right, so Miss Powell, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 1 and I'll join. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll call the calendar for 11 o'clock in a moment. Just be right back.
Just in my.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County, Georgia. These are criminal motions on the 11 a.m. calendar in courtroom 304. I'm going to call the calendar and we will make a decision about what's going forward or how these cases will be handled on today's calendar. First case on the 11 a.m. calendar is Alexis Jasmine Bess. I have that there's a motion to suppress, but also have that a court notice was returned in Ms. Bess's case.
Well, in addition, the Mr. Florio, Attorney Florio filed a conflict on his that case and the next one.
Okay, so Bess is going to be heard pretrial. Anyone on that case, you're free to go at this time. That case will be heard at trial before the trial calendar. Next is Bird. My understanding it's the same announcement for Mr. Florio, who has a conflict. That case will be heard pretrial. Randall Ramon Calloway Jr. This was filed by Attorney Tortorello. Mr. Lynch, are y'all going forward? I can't hear you. You are talking. Nothing's happening.
Sorry, Judge. We are going to go forward on the immunity motion. I'm not going to go forward on the special demurrer because I have a different interpretation of that than Ms. Tortorello did. But we are prepared to go forward on the motion for immunity.
All right. Anything from the state?
The state's going to announce ready at this time, Your Honor.
All right. So is it more advantageous to hear the immunity motion prior to trial, which I usually do, or today? Are we ready to go forward today?
Today. Yeah.
All right.
Ready to go forward today. Yeah.
We will hear it today.
Thank you.
Let's see. Miss Sonia is here just in time, I think. Edgar Castillo Magana.
Come forward. He's
Morning,
present in court, Judge. Oh, his attorneys. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see him. All right. Mr. Margulis.
The state's going to actually move to no process, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Margulis, the case will be no pros unless you have any objections.
No objection from the defense.
All right, gotcha. All right, is
Señor,
that all?
su caso fue cancelado, no va a ser procesado, así que su abogado lo está objetando.
All right. Mr. Castillo Magana and Mr. Margulis, you can both be excused at this time if you don't have anything else.
Thank you,
Señor
Judge.
Castillo, se puede retirar. Oh, that was quick, Your Honor. You know,
Exactly.
I have a match to attend, Your Honor. I have to leave.
I know, ma'am. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. All right. So that's no problem. Next is Tiffany Cree Cowart. This is also a motion for immunity.
Judge, defense is going to be ready. It's going to be Mr. Bugg's case, but he's going to announce ready at this time.
Okay. State?
The state would announce ready at this time as well.
Okay, we'll hear that. Brooklyn Alexander Duke, that case is closed. Cash bond was forfeited. So I don't think there's anything to hear on that. Next is Robert Lucas Felton, motion to vacate a plea of guilty.
Your Honor, we did do a consent motion on this case, to my knowledge. I spoke with Attorney Bernstein this morning. He said that he was in another court, heading to another court at that time or whatever, but his understanding is that this should be going back through the trial process since we already consented to.
Okay. All right, so no one needs to appear on that case. That'll go back to the trial division, traffic division. Tyreek King, I have a motion for limited driving permit. I signed it today, So, Mr. King, you have your motion for limited driving permit. It is in with the clerk's office, and you should be able to access that through the clerk's office. Okay. Next is Lamont Deshaun Page. Lamont Deshaun Page. Lamont Deshaun Page. This Lister Holton Dennis. Oh, this is a surety motion. So the surety has been, I don't see that it's been filed. I just filed, okay. So yeah, the surety's been filed in that case. No one needs to appear. Next is Justin Reed. Mr. Reed has quite a few cases. So Mr. Reed has 3 cases. Mr. Quinn, Johnson is the attorney.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Quinn Johnson here for Mr. Reed. We're ready to prepare to go forward. I think we have a special demurrer set for all of them.
Okay.
But I can certainly.
So here's the posture of the case. The case was closed for the Traffic Bureau, and it has been all 3 cases have been transferred to state court for a general arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
In which you'd be entitled to discovery. So I don't know that it's in a posture now for me to hear these. What I would be willing to do is once we've arraigned the case, move them to the next motions calendar unless you all are able to work something out.
Certainly, Your Honor. At the time that I filed the entry, we filed the waiver of arraignment, request for discovery, et cetera. So certainly I'd be, if I could speak with the state this morning, speak with Ms. Adams, we may be able to resolve all 3 of them, given the posture of the officer himself.
Okay, so Ms. Adams, the only problem I have is, so technically the TKs are closed in order for them to accuse the consent. Now, I do encourage you to talk to Ms. Adams, but it may need to wait until I get a CR number before we can do whatever it is you all agree to.
And now I do have a CR number for Your Honor.
Yes,
okay.
And
all
I
right.
can definitely reach out offline.
Okay.
But
yeah, please give me the CR number. It is going to encompass all 3 tickets, correct?
Yes,
okay.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
It's going to be 2026 CR 06348.
Okay, so now we're good. Mr. Johnson and Ms. Adams, I'm going to put you in a breakout room in a moment so that you all can talk about the case. And then once you all have had the opportunity to speak, then you may come up with a resolution today, or it just may be in posture for the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll give you a moment. Just let me finish through the call of the calendar.
Okay, thank you.
Joshua Deshaun Savoy.
Judge, that's my case, and I filed a motion to lift the bench warrant, Judge. I've been in constant communication with him and his family members. He's currently in Rockdale County Jail and is hoping he has the money ready to post bond today, but he does not want to come to Clayton County. I'm not sure whether the state would object. I understand it's the court's purview, but Your Honor, would you consider lifting the bench warrant in this case? I can state from my place that I have good contact with Mr. Savoy and his family. And he has assured me his intent is to post the bond over there in Rockdale County.
Ms. Adams?
Your Honor, I do have that same information that he was incarcerated at his last court hearing. So based off that information, we wouldn't have no objection to if Your Honor, but we would defer to Your Honor.
So Mr. Lynch, send me a bench warrant set aside.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, so we'll see him on the arraignment day. Next is Zachariah Singletary. This is a traffic bureau that's being moved to state court.
It's
Mr.
actually been AD,
Bixton.
Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So this case, that means it's no longer being prosecuted. Is that correct?
Yes, administratively dismissed.
All right. So this case has been dismissed. Singletary. So anyone here on that, Mr. Attorney Bixton, Mr. Singletary, you're free to go at this time. Next is Honesty, Denise Taylor. This is a motion for immunity.
Your Honor, the state is going to move to no processing.
No objection.
All right. Honesty Taylor, your case is being null pros. You're free to go at this time. Anyone associated with the Honesty Taylor case, you're free to go at this time. Dolores Taylor, that is a motion to seal. Any objection from the state?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
All right, so the motion to seal will be granted. So it's my understanding we have two immunity motions to hear, and Mr. Johnson wishes to speak with the state. So Ms. Adams, I'll put you in a breakout room with Mr. Johnson. I'm going to go over the calendar and let everybody go whose case has been moved, because I think some people don't know whether they can leave or not leave. So I'll reinforce that. And Mr. Johnson and Ms. Adams, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 3.
Are we preparing a motion to seal order?
Sorry.
Submitted.
Sometimes they present one, so
that's something I can draft as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So Ms. Adams and Mr. Johnson in breakout room number 3. Let's get prepared to hear Callaway immunity motion and the Coward immunity motion. The motion to suppress for Coward has been withdrawn.
Did the attorney on the 10 o'clock show up for in the courtroom?
Mr. Henlon, did your attorney show up? I don't think so. Yes, Ms. Taylor, Honesty Taylor. You raised your hand. Yes, ma'am, you're free to go. I don't know, but you got to respond. You got to unmute to ask me a question. I see Mr. Jorge Galarza on the calendar. I don't see his name on this calendar. Anybody have any clue about where he's supposed to be? Okay, Ms. Taylor, you're free to go. Let me go through the calendar and tell everybody who's free to go. So on the best case, that's going to be moved to pretrial. That case will be heard that motion will be heard prior to trial if it is still necessary. Byrd, same thing. That motion will be heard prior to trial. Those are both Mr. Thomas Florio's cases. Castillo Magana, that case has been null pros. Coward, we will hear that immunity motion in a moment. It is my understanding, Callaway is the immunity motion. We're going to hear that. And then Coward is my understanding, we will hear the immunity motion, but the motion to suppress has been withdrawn. Duke, that case is closed. Felton, a consent has been granted in that case. King, it's been granted. Page is a surety. Reed, they are conferencing about that case. And it has been moved to a CR. So we do have the CR number on Reed of 2026 CR 06348. Savoy, bench warrant set aside will be granted. I just need the document from Mr. Lynch. Singletary, that case was AD, so that's been administratively dismissed. Taylor, that case has been null pros. Honesty Taylor, that case has been null pros. And as for Dolores Taylor, with there being no motion, no objection to the motion to seal, that will be granted. All right, so we're getting ready to hear Callaway and Coward.
Yes, Your Honor. I have 2 things. One, I do have an update on the Reed case.
Yes.
The state is going to move to no across that case.
All right. Look at what a little talking will do. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
No, thank you, Your Honor. And Ms. Adams.
All right. Case 2026 CR 06348 will be no pros. Mr. Reed and anyone associated with that case, you are free to go. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Look forward to seeing you again.
You as well. Thank you. And thank you, Ms. Adams.
Take care.
Yeah, of course.
All righty.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Jorge Galarza is a witness on the Castillo case.
Okay.
I believe that case was dismissed.
Mr. Galarza, is there a Spanish speaker on Ms. Duarte or anybody who speaks Spanish fluently? Because I think Miss Sonia skedaddled because she, as she indicated as she left, she has tickets to a FIFA game. So,
You didn't invite me.
shoot, those tickets are rare as hen's teeth. I don't know that I can afford it. I'm gonna watch it on TV and hope to get the best angle there. So Mr. Galarza, necesito interpretar. Can you hear me, sir?
¿Tú hablas inglés?
Sí.
That was me, Judge. I was hoping it would.
Oh, okay. ¿Tú hablas en inglés, señor Galarza? Necesito interpretar. I can't, escúchame. Okay.
It's like
Can I
he's
get Miss
trying to
Sonya to sign
talk,
back?
but
No, his audio is not working.
yeah.
Um,
He can't. What's wrong with your mic? Can you hear me? Not if you can hear me. Do this if you can hear me or not.
Oh,
I don't think
Miss
you can hear me.
Duarte is gonna come on and speak. She's got to log on differently. But Mr. Galarza, I don't think he's hearing me. Can you hear me? No, and I can't hear him. So
He said he can hear you.
let's see.
And Your Honor, can I have an opportunity? There is an additional witness that I found out on the Coward case that's in the courtroom. Can I have just an opportunity to conference with that witness before we go forward on the Coward case?
Okay. Do you need me to do something?
No, I was just asking for you to hold on whatever we were going forward on.
I'm gonna see if I can send him a chat. Let's see. Oh, he can hear me. Okay. So Mr. Galarza, you are free to go because the case for Mr. Castillo has been dismissed. If you, let's see, go ahead. If you have questions, you may contact a victim witness. All right. I sent you a chat. Did you get it? Shake your head yes if you did. Ms. Duarte, yeah. Let's see. Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Galarza, I can hear you now.
I don't know what was going on. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It happens. The case was dismissed by the solicitor's office. If you need additional information because you're their witness, you can contact their victim witness expert. I think that's Ms. Wood. Is that Ms. Wood?
Okay.
So with the Solicitor General's office, okay? Otherwise, you're free
Okay.
to go and you should not be required to report to court at any other time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right,
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Galarza, thank you for being patient with us.
No problem. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Bye-bye.
quick correction.
I'm
If he has
sorry.
quick correction, if he has questions, he can contact Investigator Cure.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can contact Investigator Icure if you need any information about this, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ms. Arnold. Take care, sir.
You do too.
All right. So once Ms. Adams has spoken to who she needs to speak to about the Coward case, and then we'll proceed with Callaway and Coward. And those are the two motions we're hearing. Ms. Val, Ms. Powell, I don't have the 1 o'clock calendar.
Yes. I actually thought there was not a 1 o'clock calendar today, but let me double check on that.
Everything may have been resolved. I'm just trying to make sure.
I don't think there's anything on the 1 o'clock calendar today.
All righty then. Well, look at that.
No
We're
criminal being.
cooking with grease. All right. Okay, I'm signing, y'all. So if there's anything I need to sign right now, just let me know. Because I'm trying to send it and make sure that everything is going through. Are we ready to get started?
Is attorney Sarah Grease, is she's in the courtroom? We still waiting on that 10 o'clock calendar. Judge, she's here, it look like.
I am here on Kevin Hinlin.
One moment.
Which case?
That's the one that was on the 10 o'clock calendar for Kevin Hinlow. We was holding for his attorney.
Okay, Hinlin. Let's see. All right, for Hinlin. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Giesling.
We are here and we are ready. I previously filed a particularized motion.
Okay, if you gotta speak into the red microphone, because otherwise. Okay, what now?
Your Honor, we are here and we are ready. We previously filed a particularized motion to suppress, so we're ready to proceed today.
All right, is the state ready on Hinlin?
Your Honor, we are making contact with our officer right now. We previously released him. We we had a note that this motion will be heard prior to trial, but we are making contact with our officer right now to become ready for trial. I mean, not for trial, excuse me, for the motion.
Okay, are we ready on the immunity motions?
I'm still speaking with the victim on the Coward case, but I will be ready in just a few minutes, Your Honor.
Okay.
You can just get rid of it. You want to make this off out. You can ask those questions in your mind. Except you might be a little weird, like, why am I talking to you? I bet you it's awesome. Yeah, no, true.
All right, are we ready?
Judge, defense is ready on Callaway. I'm not sure if Miss Adams is back on the Zoom or not. Oh, there she is.
Where's Ms. Giesling?
She's in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, Ms. Giesling, I need to know now if you're going to have an objection to the officer coming by video. If so, let the state know that so they can get him here in person. Because I'm not wasting.
I did tell Ms. Adams that I object to him.
Okay, thank you.
think there's some law out there that says you can't ask questions. At trial, I remember texting that at trial, the judge. I think it is supposed to be more, like you said, clarifies. Like, oh, like the state didn't really know at this point. Those are parties, when you ask more questions, not supposed to get in there and start trying to build days. I think some. We're asking judges to find that. That's not the problem. Sentencing. Sentencing. Yeah, we got she does. Or she already had this. But you know. Or in general. How can you say you prove this salvage valid? I don't know. Can you go ask Miss Adams if she's got ready minutes? Gently and politely. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and be patient.
All right, we need to get going. Ms. Adams, I'm ready.
Miss Adams, are you there? If you see Miss Adams in the hall, let her know that asking for.
I'm walking back into my office right now.
Okay, perfect.
Report.
Thank you.
All right, we're ready on immunity, Callaway?
Yes, Judge.
All right, this is State of Georgia versus Randall Ramon Callaway Jr., 2023 CR 03074. So Mr. Lynch is representing Mr. Callaway. Mr. Callaway is present. The state is represented by Attorney Monique Adams, Assistant Solicitor General. Mr. Lynch, are you waiving any confrontation clause conflicts?
Yes, Judge. We're prepared to go forward with this motion over Zoom. Question the state's witness over Zoom if that arises.
Do you need an opening, or are you ready to get
Judge,
started?
I'm not going to do an opening statement in this matter. I'm going to start out by presenting the testimony of Randall Callaway.
All right. So, Mr. Callaway, the state is prosecuting you for the offenses of battery, family violence, count 1, battery, count 2, simple battery, family violence, count 3, and simple battery, count 4. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to give any evidence or testimony in this case. It is my understanding that you and your attorney may have spoken about your offering testimony and waiving your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. So that would mean you would give up your right to remain silent to testify in this case. What I want to clarify on behalf of the court is, if you do that, the state has the opportunity to ask questions of you after you testify, and they also can use any statements that you make in any further prosecution of this case or any other case that may arise. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell me what you talked about, but did you have the opportunity to speak with your attorney about testifying?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. You can put your hand out. So, Mr. Callaway, it is my understanding that you wish to waive your Fifth Amendment right and offer testimony in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Lynch, your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Sir, could you please state your name for the record?
Randall Callaway Jr.
Okay. Mr. Callaway, what, if any, is your relationship to April Lemon?
April Lemon is the mother of my children.
Okay, thank you. I want to direct your attention to August 1st, 2021. On On that date, do you remember an argument that occurred between yourself and Miss Lemon?
Yes, sir.
Can you give the court an idea about what the argument was about?
Well, I arrived home and she was drunk again. She was very intoxicated again. She had drank a whole bottle of liquor. And I commented about it and I proceeded to try to go upstairs. I don't know what I said to her, but must made her mad because she hit me in the head with the
All right, I'm gonna stop you there.
Mhm.
If I may, let me just direct you a bit. So it sounds like at some point the argument escalated from a confrontation about alcohol use to a physical
Yes, sir.
confrontation. What was the
Mhm.
first in that situation? What was the first physical contact made between yourself and Miss Lemon, or Miss Lemon and you? Explain that to the court.
Well, Miss Lemon, I proceeded to go up the stairs and she grabbed a board from the entertainment center we owned and struck me in the back of the head and I fell over and had blood leaking from the back of my head.
Okay. And so after you'd been struck and you were bleeding, what actions did you take at that point?
Well, I realized I was bleeding and then I proceeded to get up and she was still standing there with the board. So I pushed her and she fell onto the living room floor and kind of like slid across the floor a little bit. And I was like, look, I'm out of here. I'm trying to leave. So I tried to leave the house and she was not trying to let me leave. She was like grabbing me and pushing me and grabbing me. And she was like, wait. When I pushed her, she was like, she's calling the police because I put my hands on her. But I was like, you just hit me in the head. So I just tried to leave. And me trying to get out the door, she got like scratched, I guess. And,
Okay. So let me ask a clarifying question. So after you pushed her on the ground, you moved towards the doorway. What did she? How did she prevent you from leaving?
she was like grabbing me and pushing me and grabbing me and holding me. Like she had me like in a headlock for a second. You know, it was kind of crazy.
But you were able to get out the door at some point.
Yeah,
or
I was able to exit.
And
Mhm.
can you describe what physical actions you took to get yourself past her resistance to you leaving?
It was just basically like a lot of blocking and pushing back. You know, like yeah, basically just me trying to block her from grabbing me, and it was
Do you know
it was a
whether she
struggle.
sustained any injuries in that part of the confrontation?
Yeah, apparently that's where the scratch came from. She had a scratch on her somewhere, and like I didn't hit her, so
Okay.
she the scratch must have came from the me
Okay.
trying to get outside.
Thank you. I want to go back now a bit to the part of the incident where you pushed her on the ground after she hit you in the back of the head with a wooden shelf. Can you tell the court why you felt it was necessary to push her at that point?
Oh, she was still standing over me she was still standing there with the board in her hand. So I was afraid, like I thought she was gonna hit me again.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Calloway. Those are all the questions I have at this point. Ms. Adams may have some questions for you.
Ms. Adams, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. You testified that you were during the altercation you tried to leave.
Mhm.
And
I'm sorry, speak up, Mr. Calloway.
Mr.
Ma'am,
Calloway, you
yes,
need to
ma'am.
respond with yes or no, or whatever the appropriate response is, but not nods of the heads or uh-huh. Thank you.
All right, I got, yeah. Sorry.
And you suffer any injury from the victim?
Yeah, I had a cut in the back of my head from where she hit me with the board.
Did you seek medical treatment for that injury?
No, I didn't.
No further questions for the John.
All right. Any direct, Mr. Lynch?
I do not have any redirect for Mr.
All
Calloway.
right. Mr. Calloway, you are off the stand at this time. All right. Does the defense have additional witnesses to present?
Judge, the defense does not have additional witnesses to present at this time.
Okay. State?
The state has no witnesses, Your Honor. The state would submit on the defendant's testimony.
All right. Argument?
Yes, Judge. So obviously the evidence that you have before you is solely the testimony of Mr. Calloway. However, Your Honor knows as a finder of fact that the testimony of one witness can even prove a fact beyond a reasonable doubt. But the burden today is preponderance of the evidence. And my argument is that his testimony, which stands uncontroverted, establishes that burden. You heard Mr. Calloway testify that he took two defensive actions in this situation. One was to push Miss Lemon, who had a weapon, which was a shelf, which is made of wood, which arguably could do great bodily harm, but the actions that he took are not deadly force. So, you know, the standard that you're looking at is pushing someone who has just struck you with a wooden board reasonable under the circumstances. And I would argue that it is, especially if you take Mr. Calloway's testimony to be true, that she was intoxicated. That introduces another level of unpredictability and you know, uncertainty as to what needs to be done to be in a safe position. And then the only other actions that Mr. Calloway has described to the court were actions that he took to try to remove himself from the situation over her physical resistance, Judge. So, and of course, you know, he admits that there was physical defensive actions taken on his part. He does not need to admit to the act as alleged by the state. And Judge, we would just argue that since you do not have any reason to, you know, he hasn't been impeached, and there's no real reason as a finder of fact for you to discredit his testimony, I would ask that you consider it as you received it, and I would ask that you grant this motion as we have met the burden of preponderance of the evidence that the actions that Mr. Calloway took were justified and they were reasonable actions taken in defense of himself. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Adams, argument?
Your Honor, the state has no further argument. We're just going to submit this matter to the court for your determination.
Motion for immunity will be granted. Mr. Lynch, get me an order. Mr. Calloway, at this time, you are immune from prosecution in this case, and the case will be concluded. I do advise, though, you already know who you're dealing with. If your testimony is what is actually the situation between you and Miss Lemon, govern yourself accordingly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you share children, you said she's the mother of your child. you can go through the Superior Court and get what I call the Fab Five: legitimation, paternity, custody, child support, and visitation. All of those things will clarify your relationship with your children so that you have some boundaries for how you all deal with each other. And this does not happen again, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're free to go. All right, Coward.
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready to move forward.
All right, Mr. Bug, you waive any conflict with the confrontation clause?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Coward, this is the state of Georgia versus Tiffany Cree Coward 2023 CR 03364. The state is prosecuting you for the offense of battery, family violence, count 1, battery, count 2, simple battery, family violence, count 3, simple battery, count 4, criminal trespass. Ms. Monique Adams is the solicitor representing the state on this case. Ms. Coward, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Ms. Coward, you understand that you have the right to remain silent under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you understand that nobody can force you to make any testimony or give any evidence in this case. Nobody can threaten you in any way or promise you anything to get you to do that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you also understand that any statements that you make, any questions that you answer, the state could use your responses, your answers in the prosecution of this case or any other case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Don't tell me what you've discussed, but have you had the opportunity to speak with your attorney about your right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. And have you made the decision in this case to give up your right to remain silent and offer testimony in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Bug, she's been sworn. She's her witness. Mr. Bug, do you need an opening? Or are you ready to proceed to questions?
Proceed to questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Coward, Mr. Bug, go ahead.
Could you provide your name for the record?
Tiffany Cree Honrine.
Okay, what's that last name again?
Honrine. I'm back to my maiden name.
Honrine. Okay, I'm going to need you to spell that for me.
HONRINE.
Okay. Have you ever been referred to by the last name of Coward?
I have.
And can you share why?
I was married once before and I got divorced in 2020 to around 2021.
Okay. And who was the gentleman that you, or person that you were married to with the last name Coward?
Clifford Coward.
Okay. Do you recall an incident that occurred on September 22nd, 2021?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do.
Okay. And was Mr. Clifford involved in that interaction at all?
No, he was just outside.
Okay. Was any of Clifford's family members involved in that incident?
No, it was just him.
Okay. Are you familiar with Miss Leanne?
Yes, she's the grandmother of my two younger kids.
And who is the father of those children?
Christopher Woods.
Was Mr. Woods at the incident location at the time of this incident?
He might have been at work.
Was Miss Leanne at the incident location at the time of this incident?
Yes.
Was there any physical interaction in a violent or provoking manner between you and Miss Leanne at the date of this incident?
There was.
I'm gonna need a full name for Miss Leanne if she's the complaining witness slash alleged victim in this case.
Yes, Your Honor. Is it Wiley or Whaley?
Whaley.
Whaley, Whaley. To your information or to your knowledge, did Miss Whaley Leanne say that you committed any crime towards her?
No.
Do you recall the police being called to the address of 8911 Yarmouth Drive in Jonesboro, Georgia?
Yes, they were.
And why were the police called?
Well, I've been have between the year before and that year I had got divorced in 2020, and there was also a TPO on Clifford Howard, and it was maybe a month after the TPO expired, and he came by the house because he would just drop in, but he wasn't welcome there because every time he shows up, is some type of drama happens.
And this is Clifford Wood?
Clifford Coward.
Coward, that's right. And you said he showed up at this date?
To try to see his son, which
Okay.
I have full custody of, and he had an opportunity to go to divorce court, and he never showed up or did the parenting classes.
Okay. Did Mr. Coward know that he was not welcomed at this location at this time?
He did.
Okay. And what caused the disruption between you and Miss Whaley Leanne?
Clifford being over there.
Were you upset with Miss Whaley Leanne at this time?
No.
Was she upset with you?
No.
Did either one of you had any reason to put your hands on each other?
No, not really at all, because what happened was he showed up there, so she got upset because he was over there. So there was some words and stuff said about that.
Okay. Were there any other people at the residence at that time?
No, just it was Clifford, me and her.
Okay. Were there any children?
Yes, my kids were there.
Okay. What children were present?
Terry Coward and then Jackson Coward.
And how old were these children?
He was about, I think he was about 4 years old, and he has autism.
You got to be specific.
He was Terry Coward, my son.
Terry was 4?
Yes, and he has autism.
And what about the other child?
He was 1 year old.
What's the name of the other child?
Jackson Coward.
And how old was Jackson?
He was 1 year old.
Okay. And did Miss Whaley Leanne take care or help provide care for either of the two children?
Yes.
Which ones?
Both of them.
Both. Okay. While she was taking care of them, did they play with each other, or how would you describe their interaction?
The kids play with each other all the time. Their brothers and everything like that. Terry was getting used to being a big brother.
And did they play with Miss Whaley Leanne?
Yes, all the time.
Okay. Did you have any pets at the location?
Yes, there were 2 dogs, 2 huskies.
How old do you recall the dogs being?
Can you repeat the question?
How old were the dogs, if you recall?
They were pretty old. Balto was, I'm not quite sure how old he was, but he was up in age. And then Mary was actually, the other dog was the dog's daughter, pretty much. One of the puppies.
Okay, so one was older, one was a bit younger?
Yes.
Okay. And did Miss Whaley Leanne ever help with the dogs at all?
Yes, help feed them. and give them water and take them out.
Okay. Are you aware of any injuries Miss Whaley Leanne may have informed the police about?
A scratch from playing with my son.
Okay. Did you see those scratches?
Yes.
Would you describe those scratches as violent gashing marks or light scratches?
Well, she was on blood thinner, so she could easily be doing dishes or like accidentally bump into something and start bleeding.
Understood, but would you describe the scratches as large scratches or small scratches?
It was, like I say, about medium.
Okay. Did you cause those scratches to Miss Whaley Leanne?
No, not that I know of. Like others, whenever me and her were arguing, she had me by the hair.
Okay. So you mentioned she grabbed you by the hair. Did you make any physical contact with her before she grabbed you by the hair?
No. She was upset that he was there. And so me and her had words, and that happened.
Who called the police?
Clifford Howard.
And why did he call? Do you know why he called the police?
I'm not really sure because he wasn't even inside the house.
Okay. When Miss Whaley Leanne grabbed you by the hair, what actions did you take at that time?
I was trying to get my hair out of her hands because I was on the ground. She was sitting on the couch.
Did you use any weapons?
No.
Once she released your hair out of her hands through the actions that you took, did you take any further actions against Miss Whaley Leanne?
No, I stepped outside after that.
Okay. Did you ask Mr. Coward to visit you that day?
No. He would just ride by. Sometimes I'd never know when he dropped by. He'd just come knocking at the door. But there were like, the TPO had just maybe not even 2 months before got lifted, and he was trying to contact me still, and I never responded.
Okay.
So that's why he stopped by the house.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor, at this time.
All right, Ms. Adams, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. And Miss Coward, can you tell me what you go by now?
Honrine, Honrine.
I just want to make sure I'm addressing you correctly. Um, so at the moment that you all got into this, or that you all had this altercation, what exactly was the alleged victim doing?
We were arguing, She got mad because Clifford showed up over there and she was playing with my son and we were watching TV right before that happened. Because I had the baby.
And at what point did that verbal argument, at what point exactly did it turn physical?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
My apologies. At what point exactly did it turn physical?
It started turning physical like once we were raising our voice and we were like arguing about, him coming over here, and she said that she didn't want him on her property. And I told her I couldn't help it. And because after that the TPO was already gone. So we were arguing and then she ended up grabbing me by the hair.
And in response, you struck her?
I put my hands upward above my head because she had my hair at the top of my head like that.
I'm sorry, can you do that motion again?
She had me by my hair like that, and I was on the ground and she was sitting on the couch. So I went to raise my hands up to try to get my hair out of her hand.
And at any point did you during that altercation, did you strike her with a closed fist?
No.
Did you observe or did you seek any medical treatment for or did you have any injury from the from her pulling your hair?
Besides my scalp was red. I had like red marks on my arm and my leg.
Did you seek any medical treatment
I did
about
not.
that? And how did the altercation end?
Like I walked out the door after that because both of us obviously needed some space. And after that, Mr. Cowart, he was already gone because he left. I think he was leaving as he was calling the cops because he didn't want to be there whenever the cops got there.
And how did the altercation itself, like how did y'all separate? Did you just walk away?
I walked away. We just needed a minute to calm down, and after he left, everything was fine.
Okay, and then there was no more nothing else physical that happened after that?
No, ma'am.
And you're testifying today that everything that you did was in self-defense?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Any cross-examination? Any redirect, Mr. Buck?
No, Your Honor, no redirect.
All right. Any additional witnesses from the defense?
No additional witness from defense, Your Honor.
Any witnesses from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to call Clifford Cowart.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Your witness, Miss Adams.
Mr. Cowart, can you please state your full name for the record?
It's Clifford Alexander Cowart.
And how do you know Miss Cowart or Miss or what's the relationship?
That's my ex-wife.
Were you present at
8911 Yarmouth Drive?
Let me get it. I'm going
Yes, ma'am, I was there.
let me just finish my question, but
I'm
yes.
sorry.
8 and 9, 11-yard mouth drive in Clayton County.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. On September 22nd, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you immediately preceding this incident?
Well, okay. Let me just, I guess, give you the full rundown. I was able to see my child over there at Miss Whaley's house at 8911 Yarmouth Drive, but she had been drinking, and I didn't care about none of that. I was just there to see my kids. So me and my kid was working on the dirt bike, and they were bickering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in the background the whole time, which I was on live with my kid whenever this took place. So basically, when Leanne started yelling for help, I jumped up, I ran in the house, I drugged them apart, and I looked at live, and I shook my head, and I hung up the live, and I called 911.
Okay. And okay. When
Like,
you
literally,
entered
I
the
had to physically drag them apart.
absolutely. When you entered the house or the actual location where the incident was occurring, what did you see?
It's two females in the floor and a ball for the most part. Like, it was a flash. It was like, snap, get them out of this. The whole ordeal is like, I drug them apart. I guess I grabbed their shirts or something. I drug them apart. It was like, y'all got to stop this. And I called 911. It's like, I ain't gonna keep going through that. But she wound up going to jail that day. Everything wasn't fine. She wound up getting arrested that day.
And well, when you did observe them, what was the defendant doing?
The defendant meaning my ex-wife?
Or yes, I'm sorry.
She was on top of Leanne. Like on top of Leanne. When I grabbed her shirt and I pulled her back. It was like, it's like, the fuck are you doing? I don't mean to cuss or nothing, but it's like, what are you doing? But I know she wasn't in her right state of mind when this all took place because she was under the influence of alcohol. So she probably doesn't remember what took place. But it is what it is.
And did you call 911?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you call 911?
Well, in all honesty, I know two things. Either she got to be in jail for me to get my kid, or she got to be deceased, and I'd rather see her in jail for me to get my child. So that's what I've done.
Thank you so much. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cross-examination, Mr. Burke?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Clifford.
Yes, sir.
How long were you at the residence on the day of this incident?
I'd say roughly an hour and a half. I wouldn't even say that long because they were arguing when I got there. I have it all on live. It's all on live.
Okay.
Like I sent that to the cop that came out there, the live.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford. That was the only question I asked at this time.
Okay.
Were you invited to the house at that time?
Yes, I was. I was told I could come there anytime to see my child.
By who?
Leanne Whaley.
Would you be surprised to hear that she did not want you there at this time?
I'd be very surprised to hear that.
Okay. Have you ever had a temporary protective order between you and the defendant in this case?
Of course. She used that to keep me out of her current relationship, well, her previous relationship with her last baby daddy.
Understood.
But Judge West can tell you that she was
Sir,
manipulating.
that's all I'm asking. I've asked a further question at this time. You had mentioned that there were two women wrestling when you entered the house. Did you grab any of the two women in the house at that time?
Yes, I did, because they were. Yes, I did. I'll leave it
Okay.
at that, because that's what you asked.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Who did you grab?
I grabbed my ex-wife off of Leanne.
Okay. Were you given permission to grab Miss Tiffany at this time, the defendant?
Because Leanne was yelling for help.
I'm asking, were you provided permission to touch Miss Tiffany?
I didn't think I needed permission. She was beating up on that lady.
Okay.
That lady was yelling my name directly for help.
Okay. Did you provide a police report or any handwritten documents to the police at this time?
If I'm not mistaken, I sure did. And I sent the live video to them from Facebook. So you could hear everything in the background going on.
Okay.
And I just want to add to the court, she was in her victim's home for 3 years plus after he
Sir,
was
we're
told
not
not to be.
asking that. You can, right now, you only need to answer the questions that I asked at this time.
All right.
Did you see any scratches or any marks on Miss Wei Leanne at the time that you came into the house?
If I'm not mistaken, she was bleeding from her nose.
Okay. And you say if you're not mistaken, so you're not sure about that?
No, I'm positive there's a shit ton of blood coming from Leanne.
Okay. Did you see what caused that possible nose injury?
I ain't gonna lie, nope.
Okay, thank you. Do you know which of the two ladies involved in this altercation started the altercation?
You can hear it all in the live. I'm not positive. I wasn't trying to focus on that. I was trying to focus on my child.
Understood, and that is very admirable. So we just want to, be clear, because sometimes there's things that we just don't know. So
that's what I'm saying. The live will tell you a lot.
Okay.
Like I sent that to that officer that night. I'm not sure if y'all got it in the courts, but it was sent to the officer.
Okay. Was the significant other of the defendant present at the time of this altercation?
Can you ask me that again? This is in regards to my ex-wife.
Yes, I'm asking if Mr. Clifford was present. No, you're Clifford. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Christopher Wood.
Nope, I called him to keep his kid from going to deep. No, that was a different occasion. No, Mr. Woods was not present. If he was present, I wouldn't be there because he didn't want me to see my child.
Okay. Did you know that he would not be present on this date?
I was told by Miss Whaley to come while her son wasn't there to keep the arguments down. So I would come while he was at work to see my kid and leave before he got home from work.
Okay. Were you familiar with his work schedule?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Prior to this incident, when was the last time you were at the location?
The day before.
And how long were you there that day?
For roughly an hour or so. The agreement was I bought her a bottle of liquor to see my kid. And that's what caused this whole ordeal, because I didn't buy her a small bottle. I bought her the biggest bottle I could find.
Okay, thank you, sir. Did you receive any injuries at this incident location?
No. My main concern was my child.
Did your child receive any injuries to your knowledge?
He was with me in the front yard when that took place.
So you said you were in the front yard, so you, again, did not see what started the altercation?
No, like I said, you could hear it on live because if I'm not mistaken, the whole time they were arguing. But like I said, I wasn't trying to pay them no mind. I was trying to pay attention to my kid, you know?
Understood, of course, of course.
But like I said, that live's gonna tell you a lot because she was so drunk she didn't know what she was babbling on about. But that's why I would go live when I dealt with her. So anything like this come about, I'd have it on recording.
Okay. Do you know if there were any? Do you know how long it took for the police to arrive on the scene?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you very much for answering my questions. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Brief redirect. Mr. Coward, you said that you first observed the altercation when you heard it, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they were arguing the entire time. But like I said, I wasn't trying to pay that no mind. I was trying to focus on my kid, just waste a little time with my kid, before Buddy got home from work because he didn't want me there. So I was trying to spend as much time with my kid as I could.
But by the time you went inside of the location,
Everything already happened.
Okay.
But I was in the front yard on live working on the dirt bike with the kid, but you can hear them the entire time in the background arguing. And then you can hear her specifically yelling, "Help, Cliff, help." And that's when I jumped up and ran in there.
And who is her?
Leanne.
Okay. All righty. No further questions, Your Honor, for this witness.
The shoe has hit
Oh,
the other
Your Honor, I think you're on mute.
Anything else for this witness, Mr. Buggs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything, any other witnesses from the state?
No further witnesses from the state. The state rests.
All right, argument.
State would like to waive and reserve, or I'm sorry,
Mr. Buggs?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, testimony has been provided today that there was an altercation between the defendant in this case and a alleged victim who was not present to provide testimony. Testimony was provided that the possible reason for the altercation was the presence of Mr. Christopher Woods, who has provided testimony today. He has testified that he was there visiting his child.
I'm not Christopher Woods.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Clifford
Coward.
Coward, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Coward, I'm sorry. That Mr. Coward, his presence likely caused a verbal argument between the alleged victim, Leanne, and the defendant. Testimony has been provided that the defendant did not start the altercation and was actually the victim in this situation because the grandmother, the alleged victim in this case, was upset for the presence of this person here today, Your Honor. The force used was reasonable. It's been testified that once her hair was grabbed, that she used a defensive gesture to get her off. The witness here testifies that once he came in, he saw that the two ladies were on the ground. As mentioned by Ms. Horan or Ms. Tiffany, the defendant in this case, she was on the floor being attacked by the alleged victim. And of course, some movement may have taken place. So by the time that the witness here came into the place, into the residence, he wasn't sure what he saw. All he saw was two people wrestling. He did not see the beginning of that altercation. Your Honor, we believe that there is enough testimony today to say that the defendant defended herself and that she did not use any force unreasonable to de-escalate the situation. It has also been testified today that Miss Whaley Leanne did not call the police, likely because she did not feel that any crime had occurred between herself and the alleged victim. But of course, there were marks because there has been testimony that there was a physical altercation that did develop when the alleged victim did grab the defendant in this case. Your Honor, we would ask that you grant this motion of immunity due to the circumstances here. Ms. Whaley Leanne, in the police report and in the body cam, admitted that she did not receive any injuries from the alleged victim. I'm sorry, from the defendant.
The body cam, what, and the police report were not admitted for the purposes of this hearing. I only have the testimony.
Understood, Your Honor. So for these reasons, Your Honor, and also just additional testimony, there were young children present at the incident location, and there were also 2 dogs present at the incident location. So whatever superficial scratches or marks may have been on Ms. Whaley Leanne likely were produced from either playing with the small children or feeding or tending to the animals. The state has not stated that these injuries were caused by the defendant, and even the witness here has not stated that he had any first-person knowledge of those injuries being caused by the defendant in this case. So therefore, Your Honor, we would ask that you would grant this immunity motion.
All right, Ms. Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. Just briefly. The defendant bears the burden of proof in an immunity motion to prove that the force was justified, or to prove by preponderance of the evidence that the force that that defendant used in the situation is justified. Here today, I don't believe that the defense has met its burden. The testimony that was presented today contains a number of inconsistencies. Mr. Coward, who is at this point, or who was presented as the only independent witness today, testified that he heard the alleged victim screaming for help. He was invited to her home, welcomed there, and he overheard the defendant and the victim arguing, and he decided to intervene when he heard the alleged victim scream for help. He walked in, saw the defendant on top of her, and had to physically separate the 2 parties from continuing to fight, which is conflicting from the testimony that we heard from Ms. Hornrine this morning. The testimony that we heard today from Mr. Coward does, in I think several material ways, conflict from the testimony that we heard from Ms. Hornrine this morning, and accordingly, the state would submit that have not met its burden, and we respectfully request that Your Honor allow us to continue prosecuting.
All right. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in this case, I'm going to use a technical term. Everything was clear as mud. The immunity motion is denied. All right, everybody's good to go. All right.
No. I got one thing to.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Listen. You and Miss Coward need to get y'all's acts together, and for the sake of your children, if you go through the Superior Court, you can get what I call the Fab Five. Y'all were married, so paternity and legitimation are already established, but you can get visitation, custody, and child support worked out through the Superior Court. We are not playing that out through this case. We're not playing that out. We're not playing that out here. I'm going to need you to be quiet. You have other avenues to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue, but not through this. This case is going to proceed to trial, and we'll deal with it then. No, sir.
Mr. Coward, we're going to
Sir,
talk.
how many times do I have to say no?
Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am.
All right. All right, y'all are excused. Next, Henlon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so Kevin George Henlon versus State versus Kevin George Henlon, 2025 CR 01678. My understanding is this is a particularized motion to suppress and a Jackson Deno hearing. State ready?
Yes, the state is ready. I do have to grab that file, but the state is ready.
All right, where's the officer or the state's witnesses?
Our officer, he is Mr. Milligan. He's on online.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Officer Milligan, I'm sorry, he's on Zoom.
Okay, Ms. Giesling has asked that he be brought in person, therefore the case will be moved to pretrial.
Okay.
Due to the due to her desire to avoid the confrontation clause issues.
Thank you, Your Honor. Our witness isn't available to come in person today.
All right,
So he'll be available on
we'll move it to pretrial so that he can be present for the trial date. Y'all will get notice.
Thank you.
Your Honor, will the pretrial date be prior to August 10th?
No, we'll do it on the date of the trial date so that everybody can be present because they're required to be present anyway.
They're not on the August 10th calendar.
Yeah,
There'll be
I didn't think y'all were on August 10th. I think these cases are for a future calendar.
A future calendar, okay. And
Yeah,
Your
you
Honor, you
get
will not
notice.
hear the motion today?
No, ma'am, because you have an
Understood.
issue with constant, and if he were present at the 10 o'clock, at that point, we were waiting for you to appear. He's an active officer, so I can't compel him to be in here if he's otherwise doing his duty. So
Is he an active officer? I would ask that question.
I mean,
he's no longer with Clayton County. I know that.
Okay.
May I answer that?
You may, sir.
Yes, I'm currently still active in law enforcement. Work for Coweta County Sheriff's Office.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. We're good to go. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Tomorrow we have traffic court, so I won't see y'all, all of y'all, but I'll see some of y'all in person. Take care.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.